Hey everybody, welcome back to the video. In this one, we're going to be learning about accessors in JavaScript. So before going into the video, I would appreciate you guys liking and subscribing the video and feel free to comment. So let's go into the topic. So basically, there are two things what you can do in accessors. The first thing is getters and the second thing is setters. So basically, the name itself kind of gives us off what getters and setters do. Basically, getters are special types of method that can get the value of the specific property we want. And to use getters, you have to, of course, have to use the get keyword, and that's how you can use it. And the next thing is setters. So setters are also special types of method that helps us to set the value or update the value of the specific property you want. And to use setters, you have to use the set keyword. And after this, we are pretty much done with understanding that. And basically, when do you use these getters and setters? So basically, you use these getters and setters like whenever you want to validate or accept some type of data, and also like whenever you want to update or change some data and stuff. So that's when you use getters and setters. And let's see an example. So first of all, we're gonna have a class. I'm gonna name this a person class, and inside this class we're gonna have a constructor which is gonna be name and a contact. And inside this we're gonna do this dot underscore name equals name, and this dot underscore contact equals contact. There we go. So basically, why do we even use this underscore before these name? Normally we would just do this dot name equals name, right? But the reason why we use underscores, basically we're basically telling the developers or other people who see our program and stuff, saying that's kind of like a private field and you should not change it and stuff. So yeah, that's what that's what underscore mean. And also we can also take it as a basically like a total different variable and stuff. So you can take that to like a total different property. So let's go ahead and use our special types of methods. So first, let's go ahead and do set. The reason why we're doing set first is like if the user want to change, they can just first set, and after that they can use get. So that's why I'm doing this. So if you want, you can flip them too. It doesn't really matter. So let's go ahead and do change name. So this setter is basically gonna change the specific name, and the name is basically just gonna be the change in name. Basically we're gonna take a parameter or argument, and there we go. And inside this we're gonna do this dot underscore name equals the change in name. So basically we are updating that this dot underscore name, which is our name we have right here, which we are passing, and to the change in name that the user is gonna pass us to. And the most sometimes like whenever we use setters, we have a question like, do you use setters like in setters do you always have to pass arguments and stuff? The answer of the question is no. Like sometimes you can already have some specific argument and stuff, so you can do that, but it's not always. You don't have to pass any argument or something kind of like that. So you don't have to keep any parameter inside this for some cases, and for some cases you need to. And let's go ahead and also change the contact. Change contact, and then we're gonna have another one in here. Change it contact, and we're gonna spell this right way. So let's go ahead and spell changed. There we go. And now what we're gonna do is let's spell this right too here, and there we go. So we have everything done right here. So we have our change contact thing done, and inside this we're pretty much gonna do the same thing. Change this dot contact underscore contact equals the changed contact. Let's go do that. And after this we can just get the values and stuff. So let's go ahead and do name. And one more thing I want to mention in here is we pretty much can understand till here, but I would also mention that if you don't use this underscore before these, it's gonna give us an error because the name of this getters and the properties and stuff should not be the same. So it's gonna give you guys an error. It doesn't matter about what you name right here, so it doesn't matter about this, but the thing that matters is this the underscore name kind of thing. So yeah, so you have to keep that underscore, or you can probably keep it on different, I guess. And now we're gonna return this the underscore name, and remember while returning you still have to use the underscore too. So basically that's kind of like a variable and stuff. So yeah, as I said. And we're gonna do we're also gonna get the contact, and we're gonna do just like this, and we're gonna return. Let's go ahead and return and this dot underscore contact. So let's go do that. So if you guys still don't understand, I'll just explain you guys. So basically, we have a constructor that's gonna take two parameters or arguments, which is name and contact, and we're basically setting these up. This dot underscore name equals name, and the reason why we are using underscore is basically we're just saying the people who see our code and stuff. It's a private field, and also we're basically kind of saying that's like a new variable and stuff. So yeah, and that's basically what we are saying. And now what we are doing is we are setting or updating or we are changing the name, and the same thing for contact. And we are of course taking an argument or parameter so that we can change this. And after this we're getting whatever the thing we are doing right here. And after this we're gonna return the result, and get contact we are returning the result. And that's basically it what we are doing there. And now what we can do is we can basically create a new instance. We're gonna name this person1 equals new person, and then inside this we're gonna have the first thing to be John and the second thing to be a phone number. Let's put 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 0. So let's go through that. So after this what we can do is we can do person1 dot, and let's say you don't want to change anything, so what you can do is you can directly write the name, but since we are returning we have to do console.log, and then we can do person1 dot name, just like that. And remember, you should not have any like a parentheses right here because it's not a kind of function. As I said, it's a special kind of method, so yeah, and you should not have a parentheses. And let's go ahead and open with our live server and see if it works or not. And if you want to change the name, we can do that too. So let's go ahead and inspect, and there we go. So let's go to console, and there we go. I mean, this here is not the one we want to focus on because it's totally different, and the thing we want to focus on is this thing, which is John. There we go. So that works. We are getting John right there, and that's basically what we have to understand about that. And the next thing what we want to do is, let's say you want to let's say you want to update the name or change the contact. So what you can do is do person1 dot change name. And normally what we would do is you can we would put some inside this. So let's go ahead and do this. So let's go ahead and change name to John 1. Let's go ahead and open this with live server again. Open this with live server. There we go. So now what we can do is we can go to inspect, and let's go to console. Let's go ahead and resize this, and it's gonna not work because it's not a function, and that's not how you have to pass. So the way you have to pass is you're gonna remove this, and then you are gonna get an equal sign, and then you're basically gonna type the name. So what you can do is you can type John and whatever you want, because I already have John right here. I just don't want to change anything. So yeah, let's go ahead and do index.html open with live server, and then it should work for us. So let's go ahead and do inspect. Let's go to console, and there we go, John 2. That works. So that's an example of how you can do this. And you can also of course change the contact. So if you want to change the contact, what you're gonna do is person1 instead of change name, you're gonna do change contact, and then you're gonna change this to anything you want. So 123.908.0987, and you also have to do console.log so that you can understand the contact too. Let's go ahead and change that to contact. There we go, and that should be it. So now what we can do is we can go there, John 2, and the contact. And so that's basically it. And the thing I would also mention is you can also use if statements inside this. So let's say you want to change the contact or the name. So let's go ahead and do something like this. So we're going to change this to a different kind of way. So we're going to do 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to our change contact, and here we're gonna have an if statement. So in this if statement, we're basically just gonna say if we're gonna have the changed contact, basically the thing we're gonna pass, the changed contact, and let's go ahead and rename that to change contact. Change contact. There we go. And if that is if 0 is greater, which means if it's negative, it's gonna give us an error. So let's go ahead and do that. And there we go. So now let's go ahead and do this. So now that should be it. So whenever this thing works, it's gonna work. Else you can also have this if you want. You can do a console dot error. Basically it's gonna throw an error or give an error for you guys. So yeah, and let's go ahead and try to give the contact. Let's not give in a string so that we can understand how it works. And we're gonna give as negative 190.098.9087, and that should be it. So let's go ahead and go right here. So it gives so basically we probably wrote this wrong. The reason why it's not working for us is basically we want the statement to be if change contact is greater than 0, then only it should work. So let's go see. So now that works, but as you see it's working for us. So it's giving us our output 1 2 3, but the thing is it's not giving this value. So what it's gonna do is basically gonna take the default value which you're passing, and that's how it works. So we're getting our default value, which is this one. Even though you change it, it's not. So that's why it didn't do for us, and that's basically it, what it's doing. And hope you understand. So that's it for today's video. See you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.